Buenas tardes and bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. Today is Saturday, July 10th, and we are continuing with our annual theme, which is Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And the topic for this month of July is Pulled by Vision. The topic for this week is your commitment greater than your resistance? Some suggested books to read for this month are Can We Talk to God by Ernest Holmes, and Spiritual Liberation, Fulfilling Your Soul's Potential by Michael Bernard Beckwith. Each week, we open with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, which is also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to receive the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention as we do each week. Okay, sorry about that camera shift. My cat just jumped up on my computer. So we will start today with the spiritual mind treatment from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from July 5th, 2014. Spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. I am open and receptive to my good. There is one universal creative intelligence, spirit, divine lover and divine giver. I am one with spirit. All that it is and has, I am and have. There can be no apartness or separation, for we are all one in spirit, soul, and body. I keep my consciousness stayed on the truth of my being. I am open and receptive to the good that is there for me. Being at one with the creative process itself, I choose to speak my word and watch God's law unfold as my good, as my life. I embody all the qualities of spirit, adding up and multiplying in, through, and as me. I declare this word within the creative law for myself and all who will accept it in consciousness. I live a life of absolute abundant good. I am grateful that this is so, and I release, and so it is. And that was submitted by Reverend Judith Bird Bullock from New York, New York. And we also like to start our sessions with reviewing of our grand purpose, our vision, and our mission statements. So join me in saying these together. Our purpose is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is to educate and support each other so we can create the life we desire that works for us right now. And we do this through our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And so once again, I would like to welcome everyone. Know that we are a philosophy and a spiritual teaching that honors all paths, whatever path you are on, whatever your background is or has been, please know that you are welcome here no matter what. And as I mentioned, we do teach a philosophy here called the Science of Mind. And it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to help promote personal growth. And we've already shared one of those with this morning's spiritual mind treatment. We also honor diversity in all aspects, as I mentioned, so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts to create the Science of Mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. And each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. In the past, this has been done in a restaurant in downtown Puerto Vallarta, but we are still required to wear masks at all times while outside our homes. So in the meantime, I continue to welcome you into my home via Zoom. Mi casa es su casa. And we look forward to once again meeting in person so that we can have a discussion afterward and to enjoy some homestyle Mexican cooking. And hopefully this will be in the near future. But just a heads up that we are also looking for a new location, and we will be starting to meet in person on Sunday mornings. So updated information will be on our website and our Facebook page confirming when and where we will be meeting in person. If you have any questions or comments in the meantime, you can either post them here online, wherever it is you are watching, or send me a direct email, and I'll be sure to respond. So this week, our evolutionary vision from the Science of Mind global vision for this week is this. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought, a world where each and every person discovers their own personal power and ability to create an individual life that works within a world that works for everyone. Kind of reminds us of our personal vision here for the center in Puerto Vallarta, doesn't it? And you'll find that most centers are very similar in their vision as well. Our timeless wisdom from our Science of Mind principles, core concepts and values for this week is direct revelation. Direct revelation is the practice of the principles of science, the principles of spiritual being, freedom, and heaven. As individualized expression of the one infinite reality, we have access to the infinite wisdom and intelligence of the ultimate reality. It flows through us, as us, to the degree that we set our previous ideas aside and become aware and conscious of the impress of the universal spirit. Direct revelation is available to us through our intuition and can be intentionally cultivated through visioning. Visioning consciously opens us up to be receptive to the impress of universal spirit. Visioning is the practice of cultivating the field of consciousness and illuminating what wants to emerge into form. without preconceived ideas or limitations. Visioning has a specific methodology which can be used individually or in a group. Visioning may also be done informally. So in other words, we can do it on our own, in our home setting, in a group, for us as a collective group, for our center, or for anything that it is that you are looking for to receive the idea for a better life for you and everyone around you. So this month, we take the opportunity to revisit our spiritual principles, using them as a launching pad for a fuller expression of the vision. We are pulled forward by the vision, and this is an opportunity to revision, refine, and recommit to the vision. In January, we looked at setting intentions for what we wanted to achieve throughout the year. We took stock of where we were currently and planned our journey. We are now midway through this year. Did you set your intentions? Do you have goals and a plan to achieve them? We can't expect to get there if we don't have a clear set of intentions. We need to plan for the future, but we can only do this right here and right now in the present. We need to take a genuine and deep look at where we are right now, both in ourselves and in our communities. Being present keeps us grounded and connected to ourselves and everyone around us. Practice meditation, mindful body scans, journaling, and visualizations to help with grounding and staying in the now. We'll continue to explore more deeply how living from Kingdom 3 consciousness, also known as Stage 3 of spiritual development, advances us toward a more lived experience of freedom. So I ask, is your commitment greater than your resistance? This is an opportunity to reevaluate our commitment to the vision revealed to us earlier this year. Where and how are we resisting this transformation? And are we willing to release our resistance? Let us revisit our why. What are we willing to commit to in order to advance in the direction of our vision? This is one of my favorite quotes from Henry David Thoreau. He says, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with its success unexpected in common hours. He will put some things behind, will pass an invisible boundary. New, universal, and more liberal laws will begin to establish themselves around and within him, where the old laws be expanded and interpreted in his favor in a more liberal sense, and he will live with the license of a higher order of beings. And note that Thoreau used the pronoun he. Of course, this is available to each and every one of us. So as you repeat this to yourself, replace the word he with whichever term fits you best. Allowing life's highest vision of itself to be known in our individualized human awareness opens us up to a completely new idea, a wholly new experience, to a direct experience of the mind of the infinite, which is our mind. It's a gateway to all that is to be known and received. Having received a direct revelation to the degree to which we embody oneness, the degree to which we embody wholeness, the degree to which we embody that God itself is living its life in the form of us, is the degree to which we allow life's vision to be made manifest through and as us. Was it just me, or as a child, did you also daydream about who you would become as an adult? What life would you dream of living? Daydreaming and visualizing are nearly identical. The only difference is that with visualizing, you have an intention. Many people struggle with visualizing, yet so many spend so much time daydreaming. Visualizing is the exact same thing as daydreaming, just with a purpose. So let's look at these 3 key points for today. Principle is never bound by precedent, lifting the anchor, and true transformation renders the previous version wholly unrecognizable. So, principle is never bound by precedent. It seems as humans, we have a tendency to slip into probability theory once we have clarity about our vision. That is to say that we have the tendency of viewing the vision in the context of past and prior events and circumstances, and are trying to bring forward the lessons learned to assist us in unfolding our vision safely and successfully. Well, such a perspective limits us from stepping into wholly new experience of possibility. It's like trying to drive a car while looking in the rear view mirror instead of through the front windshield. Our vision is a mystical glimpse of infinite possibility, urging itself into expression through us and as us. So where do you think I will end up if I completely surrender to the vision? And where do you think you will end up if you also completely surrender? In The Science of Mind, Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this: true non-resistance is the surrender of every arrogant attitude of mind to good and to good alone. Those who have made this surrender have found real peace of mind, happiness, and wholeness in the only place it can be found, which is within themselves. And I have another quote as well from Dr. Joseph Murphy from his book, In the Power of Your Subconscious Mind. He said this: if you set up resistance in your mind to the flow of life through you, this emotional congestion will get snarled up in your subconscious mind and cause all kinds of negative conditions. So lifting the anchor. Pain pushes us like the winds and the currents push an anchored boat, moving back and forth, side to side, and spinning us in circles, yet never moving us forward. Vision pulls us, inviting us to move forward, inviting us to a new place, a new adventure. Vision invites us to let go of our point of reference and invites us to journey outside of our comfort zone and demands that we take a risk, raise our anchor, and surrender control of the vessel. So we can't get to the other side if we're not willing to let go of where we are anchored. We must surrender, pull up that anchor, and journey out into that vast area in our life, allowing spirit and the divine energy to take control of our vessel. Dr. Ernest Holmes says this: now I like to feel that faith is operated upon by a principle, so that I won't feel I have to energize energy. Because if I had to energize energy, I wouldn't know where I would get the energy with which to energize energy. This is one of the secrets of Jesus: non-resistance. We must have faith and allow the divine to work through us, through our visioning. And that leads us to our third point. True transformation renders the previous version wholly unrecognizable. Just as something within the caterpillar compels it to attach itself to a twig, spin its own cocoon, and then completely release its physical form and caterpillar identity to realize its butterfly identity and form. Vision pulls us and compels us to surrender our human identity, our idea of ourselves. Vision pulls us closer to God's highest expression of itself as us. Are you ready to be transformed by renewing of your mind? Are you ready to embody something completely different and unrecognizable? Is your commitment greater than your resistance? The more we resist, the less we are able to transform. So we must be willing to release, have faith, and trust in the divine energy. Diane Harmony, in 5 Gifts for Abundant Life, wrote this about faith. She said, faith is a spiritual conviction that what we know has greater power than any apparent material appearance and or resistance. Thus, in faith, we can surrender into the vision of our I am and know at the deepest level of our being that is the Father, Mother, God within us that does the work. So yes, faith is the belief in the substance of things not seen, not a guaranteed replica of our mental prototype, the idea we have in our thought. The substance is the unformed God stuff out of which everything is made, including me and you. So the call to action is in these questions. Are you willing to trust that which already made you perfect to manifest itself as an even greater expression of life as you than you can ever imagine? Are you willing to move from probability to possibility? And are you willing to lift your anchor, to surrender control, and to dive into the depths of your greater yet to be? So I'd like to leave you today with this quote from Florence Scovel Shinn from her book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Resistance is hell, for it places man in a state of torment. And so now I'd like to share our affirmation for today. I commit to the highest vision for my life. And now is our time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. And we rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue to offer you this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today. And please know that every donation is greatly appreciated, whether it's $5 or $50, or even just the cost of a cup of coffee. Donations can be made using PayPal through our website. Our website is www.cslpv.org. And once you go to the landing page, there will be a Donate Now button. And when you click on this, it will take you to PayPal so that you can send your donation in whichever way best serves you. If you would like to send in a paper check by mail, you can address it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. Now, if we would like to say together our offertory affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with change or with a visioning session, please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be a member of our Board of Trustees, please contact us so that we can send you the current form. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.